Shalom. I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Double honor to the elders of GMS and to the brother that's doing the work in faithful and in truth. Honor to you, brother. And I'm going to start up with Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he says, awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushua shall give thee light. Now, he says that Yahushua should awake from the dead, and that Yahushua should give thee light. Now, at one point, we were all sleeping. We were all spiritually dead, walking in the street of Babylon, which is America. And the word Babylon meaning Babel, which means confusion. We were in a confused state. We did not know who we were or where we come from. We were living in the darkness until Yahushua came unto us, starting with the elders and all the way down, and by giving us the spiritual guidance and the spiritual food, to awake out of that sleep. And what that spiritual food is the word. Is the word. That's the spiritual food. Giving us the knowledge and understanding of the scripture of knowing who we are. That's how we were awakened out of that sleep to the spirit of Yahweh, Yahushai. The Most High has given us the revelation, letting us know what's going to take place and where we came from. Because now that we know the truth, now that we have seen the truth, all the way to the elders and to the elders, and from the elders who pass it down to us, to the spirit of Yahweh, Yahushai, now we are better prepared. Now we can actually see through that darkness. Now we are fully awake. And he says in another precept, which is in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34, awake to righteousness and sin not. For some have not the knowledge of the Most High. I speak this to your shame. Awake to righteousness is awake to righteousness and sin not. So we have to be awakened to righteousness and sin not. But there'll be some who's not going to want to wake up. They want to sleep some more. They don't want to get up because the bed here in America feels too comfortable for them. They don't want to get out of that nice bed. Why? Because of the lifestyle that's here in America. Because America allow America allow people to do all sort of wickedness. They could be homosexual. They could commit adultery. All sort of madness could be committed here in the United States, and that's why those who have no knowledge, it's hard for them to awaken out of sleep. Because of the wickedness that America allowed them to do here in this place called Babylon. The Most High said, for some have not the knowledge of the Most High, because there's a lot of our people who have no knowledge of the Most High. They are drinking the philosophy continually of this wicked place. Some of us to the glory of Yahweh, Yahushai, we have been awakened, but some have not. So they continue to drink into that cup, and that cup of wine of America is going to put them further to sleep. And I'm going to bring another precept right here, which is in Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, Slaki, it's Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Because the Most High, Yahushua, he's on his way. He is on his way. Because look what's going on in society as we speak. This ain't the time to be sleeping. The scripture said, and that knowing the time, that now it is a high time to wake out of sleep, for our salvation is nearer than we believe. Our salvation is nearer than we believe. I'm praying and hope that Yahweh shall find mercy on me on that day. If I go back and sleep in the world, That's only gonna lead me straight to my destruction, straight to my doom. I mean, we cannot allow the thing that's in the world to put us back into sleep. Is because a lot of you niggas out there, you just cannot let go of the worldly thing. It's hard for you to let go, and you don't realize that if you by holding into this country, into this American philosophy, that is going to lead you straight to your downfall. A prime example is Sarah. Not even Sarah, Lot's wife, Salaki, Lot's wife. A prime example is Lot's wife. When the angel came into Lot, he told Lot to leave Sodom and Gomorrah, to leave the city and not turn back. Lot took his wife and his two daughters and left the city. But what did Lot's wife do? Lot's wife decided to turn back, decided to turn and look back, and she turned to a pillar of salt. That's a prime example of not to look back to the world. Because a lot of you nigga who was once in the truth turn back to the world. And you're going to turn to that pillar of ashes, that pillar of salt. Hell, there ain't gonna be no pillar of salt, you're gonna be turned into dust. Because why did Lot's wife look back? Because of all the worldly good things that she possessed over there. She loved this place because she probably could do anything she want. She loved this place. She adored Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm sure she got all her material good down there. That's why she looked back. And likewise, it's the same thing for you, Jake. On that day, for those of you who's coming in the truth, most of you are going to turn to look back into the world, and that's going to lead straight to your destruction. Instead of running away from that coming destruction, you're going to look back, and then you're going to see your death. You're going to see your dismay. Your dismay. You're going to find yourself trapped in a hole by looking back into this world. Because our salvation is nearer than we believe. It is near. Very soon, Yahushua will come back. And when Yahushua come back, he's bringing judgment to this world. And you better hope that when he does come back, he does not find you asleep during that time. Because if he find you asleep, you are a dead man. And he says right here, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the work of darkness and let us put the armor of light. And what is that armor of light? The Most High, to be awakened out of that sleep, we have to cast away a worldly thing, or worldly desire. The thing that we used to desire the most, the thing that we give the most desire to. Then to give glory to Yahushua, we have to get rid of those things. We cannot keep holding to our worldly desire. That's not good. It's not good for it's not good spiritually. It's not good mentally, spiritually for our body. This worldly desire that we keep holding to is what's slowly destroying us in the inside, physically and spiritually. That's why you see a lot of Jake are getting shot in the street, dying like fly. Why? Because they remain asleep. They have not awakened to the They have not awakened to the light. They have not put the armor of light. And what's the armor of light? That's the word of Yahushua. That's the armor of light. To come back into the Most High, back into the truth, back to knowing who you are and where you came from as a people. Back to knowing that you're the nation of Israelite, that you are the descendant of Jacob, that you are the seed of Abraham and Isaac, that the Most High have built this world for your sake, and Yahushua, whom the word Henry called Christ, Yahushua have died for your sake, so that you could breathe life again, you could breathe again and come back into the light. Yahushua died so that way we could live. But if we refuse to remain, if we continue to remain in this darkness, we are bound to die. We are not going to escape that chain of darkness if we keep holding to our worldly desire. And he says right here, and then right here, second First Thessalonians chapter 5, you must start verse 3. Actually, chapter 5, verse 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day shall overtake you as a thief. You know, because what does it mean? In fact, let me go back to verse 2. Verse 5. First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 2. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Most High, Yahushua, so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming upon them, as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. And they shall not escape. And that's the situation you don't want to find yourself into. Because Yahushua is going to come as a thief in the night. Excuse me. Yahushua is going to come as a thief in the night. You're not going to expect it when it happened. It's just like doing the 9/11. When 9/11 happened, you have many people who was going about their day, going to work. You know, some was bringing their kids to school. Some was making love to their wife. You know, some was probably getting engaged on that day. Some was working until the day when that 9/11 take place in the World Tower, when the World Trade Center came towering down on everyone, and everyone was shocked because they would never in their mind, and I'm sure a lot of people would never in their mind would imagine that something like that would happen in the United States of America. In their mind, they think that this place will continue to be a safe haven for them. Like nothing's gonna happen. That no destruction is gonna take place. Is going to happen on this place. People literally think that no destruction is gonna happen here in America, but it's gonna happen. And for those of you out there, for you jigs out there, that's the time for you to awake out of sleep. And he says right here, but he said, but when they should say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as traverse upon a woman with a child, and they should not escape. Because if you notice in certain article, you notice that on almost every article, I'm sure we hear about Obama talk about peace and safety. I'm sure you hear someone on the news line where they say when the government says it's going to be peace and safety. When they say that, oh, they don't worry about it, nothing's going to happen. Everything's going to be good. You know, there's going to be a point in time where America finally gonna think that he has grabs everything by his hand. The moment he think that everything's going to be accomplished, that and he told the whole world that peace and safety is finally finally happening. That we're no longer be in turmoil anymore. We're finally gonna be at peace. The moment that what if he's Donald Trump or the next president that says it, and people have been saying it some swear back then that they were at peace here in America. But whether Donald Trump or any president that says it, you know, the moment they open them up, they say peace and safety, sudden destruction is gonna come upon them. And when that sudden destruction is gonna come upon them, they're gonna be overtaken, and they're not going to expect it when it come, and they're not gonna be prepared for it. And that's that thief. You know, when Yahushua don't come as a thief in the night, it's through that nuclear missile, in the form of that nuclear missile. Because when all the other nations shoot their missile down here in America, for those of you that remain asleep or still remain asleep to this very day, and if the time comes and you haven't woken up, that missile is gonna take you. He's gonna take you out. And he says right here, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day shall overtake you as a thief. You see, because the one that's in the truth, the one that's in the know, the one that's keeping the faith, you know, that's holding it down. The word of Yahweh Yahushua, the one that have the armor of light, which is the word of Yahweh Yahushua. They're not gonna be overtaken by darkness of this world. They're not going to fall into that trap by this philosophy, by this philosophy of this country known as Babylon, America. They're not going to fall into that trap. They're gonna go home to their family. They're gonna keep on pushing until the day Yahweh shall come back. For he said, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake ye as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the light, or nor of the darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do other, but let us watch and be sober, because that's what those that's in the truth, or brother that's doing the work. We're supposed to watch. We're supposed to watch and be sober. Like the scripture said, watch as well as pray. We're not supposed to sleep. We cannot sleep in this thing. We cannot. The devil never sleep. If the devil never sleep, we should not be sleeping unless we get caught up in that destruction. If we're not sleeping, we're going to get caught up in that destruction. And he says right here, therefore let us not sleep as do others do, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken, drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith of love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation. We are hope and pray that Yahweh will come back and deliver us. For those of us that's in the truth. That's the hope we hope for, to have the faith in Yahweh Yahushua, and to keep his law to the best of our ability, and to keep his law to the best of our ability, and to go out there to bring out the word and to teach. We cannot slack off. We're not supposed to slack off doing the work. We can't be slacking off in this thing. Look what's going on around the world right now. Chaos and anarchy. All sort of madness and destruction is about to come into this place. It would be a grave mistake for some of you jacks out there who was once in the truth, and to go back into the world and fall right back to sleep. It would be a grave mistake. And when the Yahushua finally come back, you're not going to awaken to salvation. You're not going when you finally awake. You're not going to awaken to salvation. You're going to awake and find yourself you find yourself burning in that nuclear fire. That time is near. That time has come. Awake from this philosophy. Awake from this false lie that this country have been spreading out throughout the whole world. That this so-called white might be spreading out throughout the whole world. Awake, you jets out there. But you know what? The truth has only been given to the chosen men. The Most High is only going to select a few men, but to some of you, you are not meant to awake into this truth. So the rest of you are going to continue falling asleep until the day of your destruction come. So with that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh. I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elders of GMS and to the brother that's doing the work in faithful and truth. Honor to you, brother. Time is almost near, brother. You have to be awakened out of this sleep. Don't slack off. Do the work of the Most High, and do it in the name of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.